A crack appears in the air, a glowing seam that pulses like a cosmic heartbeat. The rupture breathes, widening with each low hum that vibrates through stone and bone. Super A and Vistral stand frozen at its edge, faces lit by cold radiance. "What now?" Super A whispers. Vistral tightens his jaw. Something's coming through. The shadowed form stirs, turning not with fear but with irritation, a void that smells of old anger. It murmurs, layered and low, uninvited. Then light pours from the tear, a column of gold and blue, searing and alive, washing the battlefield in paradox. Heat woven with cool clarity. It slams into the creature's aura, forcing it to recoil, as if struck by tide and blade at once. The air ripples like water. Sound stretches into a long, shuddering womb. Dust lifts, sparks of displaced shadow hang and fall. Vistral shields his eyes, squinting against a glow that feels written in a language no scholar can read. "This energy," he breathes, "it doesn't belong to any known spectrum." From that radiant seam, a silhouette steps through. Tall, calm, robes flowing like living constellations, stitched with galaxies. His hair is braided threads of starlight. His eyes hold quiet, ancient authority. This is Kalkizadek, god of portals, of healing, the walker between everywhere. He advances with the ease of someone who means every step. Behind him, the seam closes, fabric knitting itself with a soft, final whisper. He speaks once, a single, resonant word that stills the chaos. Enough. The entity explodes in outrage, tendrils flaring and voices multiplying into a furious chorus. It hurls questions and threats, but Kalkizadek does not shout. He raises one hand, patient and almost disappointed, and warm, soothing energy unfurls from his palm, a balm that smooths rent air and seals fractures. For a breath, the battlefield holds its breath. Soldiers, heroes, and shadows alike feel the shape of mercy and the quiet law of a god who answers. Kalkizadek moves without fear, stepping into the searing air where the wounded boy lies. Emsky shrinks back, an animal frightened by flame, skin mapped with burning sigils and hair crackling with light. Kalkizadek kneels beside him and lays 2 fingers on Emsky's temple. Close, the touch is almost a whisper. A soft, golden glow blooms under the skin, winding through the scorched symbols, calming each fissure of light until they dim like embers losing wind. Kalkizadek, voice low and steady, "Child, you are not meant to bear this alone." Watching from the edge, Super A inhales hope. "Is he? Can he heal him?" Vistral answers, barely a breath. "If the legends are real, he can heal anything." The creature reacts like a wounded predator. A massive tendril lashes out, a lash of shadow and teeth. Kalkizadek does not flinch. With a single fluid circle traced in the air, he tears a slender portal open. The tendril slides through as if sucked away, then returns twisted, driven into the creature's own dark mass. A sound like tearing metal fills the air. The beast howls. "You wretch!" Kalkizadek rises, eyes flaring, aura like a contained storm. "This vessel is under my protection. If you wish to claim him, you will have to unmake me." The creature reels, rage and confusion bending its shape. The night holds its breath now. In the hush of a stone sanctum, a living ritual begins. Kalkizadek kneels above the fallen Emsky, palms hovering, and a mandala of golden sigils blooms between them, ancient, fluid, older than memory. The air thickens with a healing so dense it seems to hum. Around them, allies hold their breath. Super A watches with clipped hope. Vistral watches with dread. "If you tear it out too fast, you'll kill him," he warns. Kalkizadek answers without heat. "I do not tear, I release." The shadow behind Emsky answers with a roar. The entity swells a monstrous coil of light and rot-slashing luminous claws toward the god. Its voice is fractured steel and old hunger. "He is mine, your touch unravels nothing." Kalkizadek does not flinch. He whispers a single command. "Open." A pulse, warm and fierce, erupts from his hands like sunlight through fog. The force hits the thing and sizzles its edges. The entity screams, "No, stop, stop." Close to Emsky now, the boy's face, slack and pale, stirs for the first time. Eyelids flutter. Beneath them, a soft gold. Not the entity's hunger, but Kalkizadek's gentle light. Slides like a promise. Melchizedek leans close, voice low and steady. For Emsky alone, you must wake. I cannot heal what you do not reach for. Super A whispers, cracking with fear and faith. Come on, buddy. In Emsky's mind, the world fractures into drifting sigils in glass. He stands small, arms curled, the entity coiled like a serpent of shadow and light, whispering inside his head. Sleep, break, let me open you. His voice is a barely audible rasp. I can't fight. The ritual hangs between two breaths, mercy pressing against possession, and everything waits to see which will take him. A warm column of light cleaves the fractured mindscape. Melchizedek steps through the breach, his silhouette calm, bright, impossibly steady. Where he walks, broken colors stitch themselves into soft, humming threads. The air holds its breath. The entity recoils, its shadow edges stuttering like a wounded projection, voice ripping through crystal halls. You do not belong here. Melchizedek's tone is gentle and immovable. This is not your sanctum. This is his soul. He kneels beside Emsky, the light around him folding like a cloak. He offers a steady hand. Emsky stares up, tears carving clean rivers down a pale face. He trembles, terrified, small, on the edge of something vast. Behind him, the entity lunges, jaws widening into night, a sound like glass being pulled apart. Melchizedek becomes a wall of radiance between predator and breath. The malign shape bangs against that force and glitches, robbed of purchase. Emsky lifts a shaking hand. I want to wake up, he whispers, voice breaking. When their fingertips meet, space detonates into gold. A colossal burst of healing light explodes from their union and floods outward sound like a single, enormous exhale. Foo! The entity screams through Emsky's mouth as its shadow shatters like stained glass. Melchizedek braces, lifts Emsky to his feet inside the mind, voice final and resolute. Then you will leave him. Now. The purge begins not by force, but by waking the one who was drowning. The light teaches the lost breath how to return. Inside the mindscape, the world fractures. Golden light pours through Emsky like a river breaking a dam, warm and unstoppable. He clutches Melchizedek's hand as the glow drives into him. Around them, a writhing entity shrieks, its form peeling back in layers, claws gouging at the void to stay. He is mine, he is mine. It keens, splintering. Melchizedek moves closer, steady and oddly gentle. Not anymore, he says, voice like sunlight on stone. There is no hurry, only resolve. Back in the physical room, time lurches. Emsky's eyelids snap open. His irises burn gold, lit from within by another's power. The fissures along his skin stop crawling. The vortex above him hangs, mid-spin, as if the world is holding its breath. Super A leans forward, tears already pooling. Emsky? Emsky, can you hear me? He whispers, stunned. For the first time since he collapsed, Emsky's fingers twitch. A? He murmurs, voice, a reed, in the wind. Melchizedek's figure stands behind him, one hand hovering at Emsky's spine. The divine glow no longer spills over him. It flows into him. Gold threads braid with violet-white sparks, their energies winding together into a luminous helix. Vistral steps back, eyes wide. They're synchronizing. A mortal and a god, he breathes. Emsky pushes up. Legs tremble. Light pours from his spine like fractured wings, healing and fierce. He is not merely resisting the thing anymore. He is channeling Melchizedek's healing on top of his own fire. Melchizedek's silhouette stands guardian behind, hands guiding the flow. You are not a vessel. You are a will. Stand with me, the god says. Emsky forces out the words, ragged and clear. I am not yours. The entity screams in rage, and two hearts burn as one light. In a dim, vaulted chamber, the monstrous shadow tears partly free of Emsky's back, writhing like a blood-dark cloak. Half separated now, it is no longer comfortable or in control. Pain drums through him, the thing's void, face twists with panic. It keens, cornered and mortally threatened. Entity, distorted. Stop, you cannot merge. With him you will burn him out. Melchizedek's voice rings like a temple bell inside the chest. Melchizedek, you fear his will. That is why you shatter it. Emsky staggers, fingers digging where the shadow clings. He breathes and steadies. The rupture between them pulses with light and rot. A close shot catches Super A overwhelmed, terrified, proud. Super, a voice cracking. You're fighting it, you're really fighting it. Visceral, low and grim. Visceral, he's doing more than fighting. He's overpowering it. Emsky lifts a trembling hand. Runes flare across his skin, Melchizedek sigils braided with his scars. Behind him the god mirrors the motion. Their limbs align like two halves of a seal. Emsky plus Melchizedek. Unison. Leave. Their joined hands unleash a twin surge. Divine healing braided with host rejection. The monstrous form recoils, unraveling like smoke pulled through a sunbeam. The chamber is filled with one tearing sound. Wah. Light licks the carved stone. Breath returns to Emsky like rain to drought. For a moment the chamber holds its fragile, trembling hope alive.
Emsky.